Der er 5 minutter til. Noget. Good morning and welcome to Saxo Bank Market Call. Today is October the 30th. Yesterday was a slow session, data-wise, with UK mortgage approvals out at 102, as expected, 108,000 prior. Germany price index was out a tad higher than expected, but not a lot happening on this account. The important was Japan jobless rate out overnight at 105 versus 106 expected. Out at a 4% versus a 3.8% expected, which was higher than expected, adding confirmation that there will be no hike this night. Market developments: cable traded near 26-year high on the rate picture, stating that FOMC are likely to cut rates tomorrow, whereas the UK Bank of England are likely to keep rates unchanged in November. Euro sliding somewhat against the dollar as concerns regarding European banks are starting to submerge. Fixed income JGBs looking a bit strong ahead of Japan rates, whereas US Treasuries and bonds a little unchanged. Stocks had a strong session in Europe and US yesterday. However, Asian stocks slided a bit on Kookmin Bank, the large Korean bank, posting a weak third quarter earnings. Commodities, oil retracing a bit on profit taking, as well as metals posting a slide also on the FOMC decision. So what's going on? US 5-day gains against dollar were snapped on speculation European banks would report increased subprime-related losses. UBS, we already seen this with UBS this morning out with a very weak third quarter report, also stating that they might not even make money on fourth quarter. So this should be very alarming for European banks. Crude oil prices eased off from all-time highs as investors were seen taking profit after a 4-day rally. Speculation of U.S. stockpiles showing an increase later this week also helped prices to be contained. Asian stocks, as I said, edged lower after Monday's major gains as trading was somewhat subdued ahead of the FOMC rate decision tomorrow. So what's going on today? It's a bit slow day as well. However, the Swedish Riksbank are expected to hike rates by 25 basis points to 4%. Also, Swedish retail sales at 8:30 GMT. The Riksbank interest rate was also at 8:30 GMT. It's expected to come out stronger. A strong figure at 0.9% month on month. That's quite larger than last month. Last month was a negative figure. Also, but very important is in the U.S. session at 13 GMT, U.S. S&P Case-Shiller composite house prices is out, expected at a minus 4.2%. This price index has dropped since the middle of 2005 and adding further concerns around the very weak U.S. housing market. But other than that, at 14 GMT, we have consumer confidence out of the U.S. also expected to be a drop from prior reading. But the big important highlights is, of course, tomorrow. But first, tonight, we have Bank of Japan with that target rate decision. The consensus around economists is that they're going to keep rates unchanged at 0.5%. Fundamentally, it would be very strange if we see a hike from Japan at this point. We need to see a pickup in inflation and productivity. Tomorrow as well, house prices out of England, but and Norwegian rates, they are expected to keep rates unchanged at 4%. But the most important is in the U.S., where there's an abundance of economic data, headlined by ADP employment change, which will give an indication of the non-farm, and of course GDP annualized and core PCE. However, the big kahuna is the FOMC rate decision. The consensus is that they're going to cut rates by 25 basis points, and they're going to be maxed at 25 basis points. However, some rumors are starting to flirt that they might even keep rates unchanged. We still feel that they are going to cut rates, and then the important thing is the indication of the future, whether they will stop at 25 basis points or they're going to continue cutting rates in the near future. But don't rule out the unchanged, and that would indeed cause stocks at least to drop, and commodities as well, based on a stronger dollar. Our FX trade of today is dollar SAR. The sudden surge in the SAR value will meet pressure as SAR is vulnerable to reversal in metal prices and general shift away from risky investments. We look to buy a call option with a strike at 702.70 with expiry 21st December 2007. The estimated price side, the price on this option is 724 points, with a spot reference at 6.55768. More details in trading strategies on this option call. A downside risk in this trade is a SAR rate announcement, but it's we still have two months to go in this trade if it happens. Equity trade of today is a Danish bank, Saxo Bank. In total terms, it's not a big bank, but in Denmark it's quite a player. We look for the stock to mean, thus we want to buy, entering in around 230 to 240, setting a stop loss at 224, targeting 251. Also helping this trade is we see this as a fundamentally undervalued stock. Other than that, we are slight bullish on stocks today, but still there's a lot of expectation on the FOMC, so not a lot should happen today, barring any, of course, earnings news or any unforeseen news. Our future trade of today is gold. The daily candle might be posting a warning sign for further weakness, and the risk should be to the downside at the moment. Metals have surged the last couple of days, and at least profit taking should be seen, and maybe gold is capped at this level for at least for the time being. We like to sell on the break of 785 with a stop above 789, targeting 773. Thank you. That is all for today. Have a great day.